Hi everyone. So for today's video, we're going to tackling and discussing the how to perform a dramatic reading or theatrical adaptation. So for your case, for the subject of the history of English language, you're about to have the theatrical or dramatic reading of the adaptation of the Beowulf. So we have talked about already what is Beowulf as part of the Old English timeline for the spread of English language. So let's proceed. So these are the procedures on how are you going to do the dramatic reading or the theatrical adaptation of the Beowulf. So the first one is about you need to choose your material. So for your case, you're about to choose and try to look into the and explore what is a Beowulf all about, and therefore you adapt the text. Particularly the English version and the Old English. So it's up to you on how are you going to be creative, on how are you going to uh present the Beowulf for the Old English time. So after that one, since you already adapted the text, you try to understand the text about. So you will see what is the content, what is the flow, what emotions are you required to, what is the flow of the event, so that it's easy for you to identify who will be your cast, who will be your characters, uh, as part of the dramatic reading and the theatrical adaptation. So let's proceed. So after identifying already the casting, this time around you try to look into what are the developed characters into the Beowulf. So here for the developed characters, you're about to look into the distinction of each character. So therefore, after that one, you're about to look for rehearsing, practice the different lines for the different characters. And if you could memorize the lines better. But if you cannot, just look into only the core of the message for each line or for each script that you are aligned with the different characters. And then after that one, since you already memorize it already, so next one would be the blocking and the movement. Wherein you're about to since you're about to present that one on stage, so therefore you look at the blocking and movements of how the different characters will be moving on stage. Next one is if you have already the blockings, um memorize the lines. This time around, you're about to try to explore already what are the needed expression, needed emotion for the different lines. And then we try to look into the vocal projection, the intonation, based on the different characters and based on the purpose of the different lines. And so that you will know what kind of expression, what kind of the projection, what kind of intonation is required for that certain event or for that certain scene. And then after that one, you try to plan already what could be your costumes and props for that. So that would be appropriate with the different characters that you are portraying. And then try to look into the design, the technicality, the lightning, and everything. And then after that one, since you have already practiced that one, I guess that's the time that you can already perform for the theatrical and dramatical presentation. So the key here is about look at the core of what is Beowulf all about. Try to look into the purpose of why Beowulf is being presented, and try to look also into the justice on why Beowulf is being presented during that time. So try to look at their culture, try to look at the situational context. So I guess that would be all for the theatrical and the dramatic adaptation. So I am excited to see you perform for the Beowulf era. So that would be all, everyone, and have a nice day.